Hi, good morning. And my name is Mary Subida Sagai Sudesh Kumar, and my ID number is 23095507. Our group number is 17, and we are five of the members in this group. And we are going to discuss about the topic research skill log, reflective log. And I'm going to start with the first two slides. The first slide is about abstract. The study investigates the effect of Johnson and Johnson green supply chain practices on their operational performance and strategic positioning. Based on secondary qualitative data and thematical analysis, we concluded that sustainability is not merely a ethical decision but a competitive approach. Green supply chain efforts at J&J have yielded cost savings, enhanced stakeholders' trust, and more robust brand equity. So, I will be moving on to the next slide, which is the introduction of this topic research skill reflect log. So, the introduction is the Green Supply Chain Management or GSCM has become a strategic imperative with escalating environmental legislation, scarce resources, and stakeholder pressures. Global gains such as Johnson& Johnson's are mainstreaming sustainability to enhance performance and meet worldwide environmental objectives. This study examines whether GSCM indeed generates a competitive edge and what other business can learn from it. So moving on to the next slide will be discussed by my group member Noel.
Thank you, Mary. Myself, Noel Thomas Kanat. My ID is 230699111. Today, I'm gonna tell about the problem statement in the research questions. Despite of growing adoption, a lot of business are still uncertain about whether supply chain leads to the actual business benefit. Literature indicates that there is a weak evidence in the green practices with tangible competitive benefit, especially in the health industries. Our study poses three key questions. Number one, what green supply chains produce has Johnson & Johnson's implemented? Second, what impact has these practices had on the strategic and operational performance of the business? Third, what can other businesses learn from Johnson & Johnson's experience to obtain a competitive edge? Moving to the next slide about the literature review. The literature review confirms that GSCM can lower costs, encourage innovation, and improve brand image. For instance, Ball et al. 2023 attributes green strategies to improve financial performance. Second, Rionche et al. 2022 note that high initial cost may discourage small businesses. And Johnson & Johnson is widely known to be the leader in supply chain transparency, but fewer studies probably assess its actual outcomes. Moving to the next slide, I will hand over to the next group member. Thank you.
Thank you, Noel. Hi, everyone. My name is Mohammad Sajjad Nasruddin, and my student ID is 230853994. In this part of the presentation, I am here to present about the methodology used in this research and key results obtained from this research. I begin with the methodology. We collected secondary data from reputable academic and industry sources, employing keywords such as green supply chain and Johnson & Johnson. Sources were sifted for quality and pertinence between 2018 to 2024. We applied thematic analysis to identify patterns, including emissions lowering, cost reduction, and supplier involvement. Moving on to the key results obtained from this research. Between 2016 and 2022, Johnson & Johnson reduced logistics emissions by 23% and saved over $200 million on sustainable packaging. Such practices enhance regulatory compliances, increase stakeholder trust, and help building supply chain resilience, especially during global disruptions such as the COVID-19 pandemic. So that concludes the methodology and the key results obtained from this research. Now I will hand over it to Doni Raj, who is explaining thematic table and discussion. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sajad. Hi, everyone. My name is Doni Raj. My student ID is 2307700. Here I am going to represent about the slide thematic table and discussion. So moving to the thematic table, the five major themes identified in the thematic analysis were emission reduction, cost efficiency, supplier engagement, brand reputation, and risk management. For example, Johnson & Johnson's 23% reduction of logistic emission and $200 million savings in packaging are both cost and environmentally oriented. Improved compliance and transparency came from supplier training. Improved brand perception and crisis resilience are additional examples of competitive advantages. These themes showed how sustainability enhances long term business value and performance. So, moving to the next slide discussion. Our research confirms that Johnson & Johnson's green supply chain programs provide a competitive advantages. This validates Potter's and van der Linde's hypothesis that sustainability leads to performance. But high startup costs might hinder entry for small companies requiring scalable, flexible models. So here I am moving to Yasin for the next slide presentations about recommendations and for its conclusion.
Thank you, Tony. I'm here to present this slide, which is recommendations. So we recommend that companies begin with low-cost, sustainable packaging, educate suppliers in green practices, track impact electronically, proactively address future regulations, industry-wide collaborations to lower cost and share intelligence. So I'm moving to the next slide, which is conclusion. To conclude, J&J's case demonstrate that green supply chains can provide strategic, financial, and environmental advantages. Similar companies can follow these practices to achieve competitive benefits as well as to add to sustainable objectives. So I'm concluding finally that our presentation has explored the key aspects of research skill reflective log, highlighting the most important findings and insights. We have discussed briefly and how they interconnect to form a broader understanding of the issue. As a group, we have gained valuable knowledge from our research and collaboration, and we hope this presentation has offered you a clearer perspective on the topic. Thank you for your attention.